actually, I apologize. Oh, okay.
That's good. Been doing.
You ready? First of all, I'd like to apologize. We're running a little bit behind, so allow us a little grace to get organized here. But good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Village of Mount Sterling Council meeting for June 22nd, 2026. I'm calling this meeting to order. May we please have a roll call?
Yes, David?
Here.
Nathan?
Here.
Becky? Here. Melanie?
Here.
Heather?
Here.
And Joyce?
Here.
All's
Okay.
present.
All right. David, please.
Lord, thank you for this beautiful day, Lord, you provide for us, Lord. For you are the provider, Lord. Lord, be it for our council, our mayor, our safety and protection, Lord. Be it for our citizens in our village tonight, Lord. And be it for our great country, Lord, as we get ready to celebrate 250 years, Lord. And we know with God, all things are impossible, Lord. And thank you for what you do for us. With all your blessings, in Jesus' wonderful, wonderful name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, may I please have a motion to approve the minutes from the council meeting held on June 8th, 2026, and the work session held on June 10th?
Have that motion, sir.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
That was
David, Nathan?
And then Nathan. Roll call, David?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Becky? Yes. Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
Yes.
Great. Well, first of all, happy belated Father's Day, everyone. Also, for some reason, yesterday was the longest day of the year. I don't know if you guys mentioned, or anyone mentioned that to you all, but sort of an interesting coincidence to have Father's Day and solstice on the exact same day. So hopefully it was great for everybody. I don't have too many comments tonight, other than the fact that we've had a lot of work happening over the course of this month in particular. We are running out. This is June 22nd. I can't believe we're talking about the 4th of July already. It is fair season already for folks immediately around us, at least. So hopefully everyone gets out and enjoys the fair. It has a safe 4th of July. Again, be careful around those fireworks. Please be careful. Don't do dumb stuff. Hold them in your hand and things like that. Never a good idea. We don't want our safety services people to have to go out and help you all. But in any case, hopefully you get a great start to the summer. I do have comments as it relates to various committees, so I'm going to withhold my time and go ahead and give it over to Joyce for her council pro tem comments.
I don't have any pro tem comments this evening. I do want to know, I would like to ask why our council members are not seated at their seats. Yes,
Do you want me to say it here publicly?
I would. Why aren't you sitting at your
Well, I
seats?
spoke to the mayor about it.
Okay.
I spoke to the mayor about how certain things that happened made me uncomfortable.
Oh.
And I asked for a seating move.
Okay.
And I didn't know the mayor didn't address you about it. But
He did not.
apparently He did not.
Okay.
And so I was denied it. I just sit here.
Certainly, there's been no denial, and I will, of course, take any
Okay. I wish I would have
anything
been informed
anything
of
about
that.
that, and
Yes.
we will certainly
right.
discuss that in further detail. However, I have talked to the sheriff's office and asked for increased presence, which is another outcome which we agreed on. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. If there's no comments from our pro tem, well, we do have public comments this evening. So the first one we got tonight is Sarah Barnett. Come on down. David, would you extend the microphone, please? Sarah?
Sarah.
Or you're gonna do it in reverse? Or you're gonna both do it together? It's fine. Whatever one you'd like, whatever. Yeah, you guys both registered, so you're all set. Okay, that's cool.
You guys can please state your first and last names and where you reside at.
Yeah, all good.
Yes. My name is Sarah Sloan. I live at 7325 West Jefferson Kaysville Road in London.
And I'm Sarah Barnett, and my address is 9430 Kaysville, Georgesville Road, Mount Sterling, Ohio.
Okay. So first of all, we'd like to thank you for giving us a moment to speak. I serve as the vice president of the Mount Sterling Eagles Youth League, Sarah the president. I have lived in this village and been a part of it for all 40 years of my life. My family, 20 years before that. So I've got to watch the Youth League shape generation after generation of children. And I've seen how powerful that is and can be when the village and the league work together as a whole. When that partnership is strong, it brings positive attention to our parks, our programs, and to Mount Sterling as a whole. And that is exactly the kind of reputation we want and we need. Our mission is simple: to give the children of this community a safe, positive, and encouraging place to grow. We're not just teaching sports on the ball fields, guys. We're teaching teamwork, responsibility, confidence, leadership. Every season, hundreds of kids step onto those fields with pride and excitement. And as a fully volunteer-run nonprofit, we work very tirelessly to make sure everything is ready, including the fields. But maintaining the ball fields is more challenging every year, especially when it comes to things like weed control, mowing frequency, structural safety, to name a few. Our volunteers give everything that we can, but we simply do not have the equipment or capacity to keep up with the rapid growth and wear that occurs from April through July. And that brings me to our request. We are respectfully asking the village to partner with us by having employees use the village equipment to scrape and clear weeds on our ball fields once every other week from April 1st through July 1st. Our volunteers already handle everything else like trash, field prep, daily maintenance, and so much more. We're not asking for full field management, just help with one specific task that requires specific equipment that we do not have, nor can we afford. That's pretty pricey. I also want to highlight that our contract currently already states the agreement clearly outlines that the village will assist with field maintenance when needed. They will mow regularly, and that the village is responsible for repairing and maintaining structures and fencing. We're not allowed to do that. We have notified about our backstop fencing needing attention due to safety concerns. Our fences had bowed up and out. So say if a catcher goes back to get a ball and falls, that can stab him in the neck, the eye. It's just unsafe for everybody. And I want to emphasize something real important here. I made a copy. I don't know if you all have copies. This is our current contract between the Youth League and the Village of Mount Sterling. There's 27 bullet points on this. 24 out of 27 falls exclusively on us as the Youth League, which we do above and beyond what's on this paper. There's only 3 that is the village's responsibility, just 3. So we're not asking anything beyond what you guys already agreed to, anything special. We just want some sort of schedule to make sure everything is done and it works for everybody. So it's like we have to work as a team, because as the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. Our youth league is one half of that village, teaching lessons that extend far beyond the ball fields. The other half is you, the leadership of the community. We cannot fully meet our responsibilities unless you guys help. And I want to close with a truth that applies to every child, family, every community, every individual. And that's, none of us succeed in isolation or alone. So we'd like to thank you for your guys' time and consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
So you're asking for a village employee to drag the field,
Great.
scrape the field?
Yeah, I know, it's different.
I'm not a baseball mom. So is that basically just removing weeds? Is that what that is?
Yes, scraping, actually, there's a special tool that digs under to pull the weeds out, yes.
Okay, and what kind of equipment is needed for that?
You could use just your basic skid steer, which,
Tractor, like the front of a tractor.
or in front of a tractor.
Right.
But the biggest we have is a riding lawnmower with the drag like that you're picturing,
Okay,
or like a UTV.
Right,
Yeah, that's all we got.
right.
I mean, hopefully in the future, we could get donations and work with other businesses. The youth league's had some ups and downs over the past handful of years, but we're honestly getting it on the upward track.
And I know it's hard to control the weeds out there because you're not allowed to spray anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, so,
All right, I would like to make a motion for the village employees to scrape the ball diamonds. once
discussion.
Go ahead,
Every other week?
discussion.
I have a discussion on that. We've already taken care of this, actually. We do have volunteers that are willing to come in as needed, and if it's every other week, I don't think that's an issue, that have the equipment that are willing to do the scraping for us.
Is that Tri-County?
It most
League?
certainly is. Yes.
We would like during our season, because we've had some issues with them trying to help us before. and
Uh-huh,
that's Awesome, we love that.
Yes.
And, but have gotten some things our league purchased,
Mm-hmm.
tore up, and we've tried to communicate that with them, and we just. it's like
What
hitting
kinds
a
of
brick wall.
things have been torn up?
The
The
rubber
safety
pegs
base,
and
rubber
safety
Okay.
bases and.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that kind of discussion. That's between you guys and Tri-County, and I'm very sorry that that happened. I am aware of that. Sarah and I have discussed that. I think there was an issue of some ball bats that were missing that were returned.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was returned, so I think that was the only issue. I know there's a communication problem. I would really like to see us all sit down and try to get that worked through. This is a public park. We have to share. When you say during your season, I think your season's over now. Is that not correct? You're done?
It is, but we
Okay.
still try to keep them up for Ed's tournament.
Sure.
We host some in the fall.
Absolutely, and we do want to help you, but please try to understand, we have 3 gentlemen that work for the village, and we have infrastructure, and the mayor can elaborate more than I can, and we will do everything we can. We've got them watering flowers, which takes up a lot of time. It takes how many days, Mr. Mayor,
I actually thought we were gonna come back to the next Park and Recs meeting and discuss what
we
opportunities are
are,
available
which
to
is
drag.
in 2 weeks from now.
If there's a difference of,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, technique or application or tools or whatever
Sure.
it is,
Sure.
then we should probably have a conversation about that, particularly in the off-season, because we don't wanna get it out of control. On the other hand, you know, as Joyce said, we can't apply, unfortunately, in this space, we cannot put down glyphosate, so
Right.
it's
Let
controlled.
me say one thing, though. I say this for Sarah, I've known her forever. She remembers when I coached and umpired
Right,
out there.
right.
She's one of the few who wouldn't boo me when I was
Right.
umpiring, so.
Right, and I
So-
don't, I'm not really sure that, I'm sorry, Dave, for
She
interrupting.
loves the game and
Yeah.
everything, and I appreciate her
There shouldn't be too much interaction.
defending the kids and the youth.
Yeah, I
And
think,
it's like- And I know Joyce will do the best she can to help you out.
Of
in
course.
that, Sarah. And Sarah,
Of course.
I like to see the Little League, because I'm still looking for the next Mickey Mantle to come out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and the only reason I don't come up here often, I try to stay out of politics. I do the back end, behind the scenes stuff. Sure. But, we have exhausted so many different creative ways of handling things on our own, and it just got to the point where it wasn't cutting.
I don't disagree with you. And so at the last Park and Recs meeting, I said that I would talk with our team about whether it was feasible to hook up behind our tractor and do it that way. A skid steer is pretty heavy and would be a problem on the rest of the field.
Yeah, you have to know. Have
Yeah,
experience
it'd be pretty good. And our tractor doesn't have turf tires, so it's, you know, pretty grippy there. So I committed by the next Park and Recs meeting to have a conversation with them and then bring it back about what are the exact options we got. Because we do have a thing we can drag. Unfortunately, our Kubota is on its last legs, and I really don't want to commit to our Kubota, our side-by-side, to doing that because we do need it for street work. However, having said that, I was totally going to come back and let's have a conversation at Parks. So
Okay, we can do that.
if that's okay with you guys, because I don't think, we do
like
need
to,
to figure out, since we do have 2 groups who are using it the entire year, I do want to say that the park exhibits a lot of wear and tear because we get a lot of traffic through there. And so it's a lot of work on not just the village, but the taxpayers to keep up with some of this, and we got to make sure that we're getting the offset
Right.
from the tournaments and everything else. So, you know, we'll come back, and I think we need to continue to have this conversation about, are we meeting the service levels that you guys need? Are we having, our folks, generally speaking, will clear all the trash away if it's in bags by the dumpster, by the way. So we've always committed to doing that. If we have to empty dumpsters on the off weeks that tournaments aren't there, we do try to do that. And then we meet you halfway if we can just get trash collected with an all hands on deck. Hey, can everyone go out and look for just random stuff that's out in the field? So we don't mow over it, and we don't mow over bottles and stuff like that. So, you know, we have tried to go halfway on that, and we appreciate you guys being so involved and hands-on. It's a lot of work. I was out there on Friday. It was a lot of work setting it up.
The trick is to tell the kids they could get a piece of candy from the concession stand.
Bribe them. Yeah, bribe them. Yeah, I'm not above bribing children. It's perfectly fine.
I know we had the tournaments this past weekend, and we were so busy that I didn't look. I don't think you were able to look at the backstops. I know that we were donated the ties.
Yeah, we got dropped off, so we
Okay,
have
I
you know, despite having the world's largest manufacturer of coated fence in the world here in Mount Sterling, we were having a problem getting the correct fitments, the fittings. So our guys went and looked 4 places, so anyway.
We handed them to,
Can I?
handed them to
Yeah.
Jack when he was at the field Friday.
Yeah,
Or
yep.
Thursday, or.
And thank you for doing that. I can come down and get them too, but okay, go ahead, please.
I actually attended a board meeting, a youth league board meeting, and they desperately need some more assistance from the village as far as field maintenance goes. This is a public park. I think from April through July, every other week should be very, very doable. I will thank, and I know you guys have already done it, thank the Masons for preparing you for this last tournament and them graciously coming to scrape the field for you. I've personally been on the mower and have drug fields, and it's not ideal, but it works for that purpose, but not for the purpose of getting weeds off. And I do think the village needs to take a little more ownership in those fields. And so on that, I am going to second the motion of scraping the field every other week from April 1st through July 1st.
I have more discussion, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Once again, we have volunteers that are perfectly capable and have the equipment to do it. I apologize for the lack of communication between the 2 leagues. It should get better. I know Adam. I know his capability of doing the work. I will oversee it myself to make sure it's quality. But to spend village money that we really can't afford right now, if we have someone capable of doing it, I don't understand why we would spend the money when we don't even have the equipment to do it, when we have another league that is willing to do it, that's perfectly capable of doing it, for nothing.
So the last time which again, we're gracious, everybody said Field 5 looked amazing after it was scraped. We had a game the very next day, and I asked them to not move the bases, so we had to actually go and like reset them. I'm not sure what happened, if they got pulled up by the drag or whatever. And then that one, peg got broken. So, again, I don't know, it's communication. I've reached out, I've been trying to communicate with.
And he says he's been trying to communicate. Well, we don't know what the communication breakdown is, and I'm very sorry for it. All I can do is tell you right now, I have their word that they will do this on behalf of their league to help you guys for good measure, to show you their goodwill.
Now, in the parks meeting I also attended, they didn't agree to scrape the field from April through July.
They did with me. I've met with them.
Well, again, I think that's where the lack of communication, lack of ownership comes in. And if we just go ahead and handle that, then we need to support our youth league.
We are supporting our youth league. We always have, and we always will. We are committing to get the job done.
Well, I don't really want the back and forth, but, again, I've got the second.
There's a motion that's
So
been
the
made
motion
and
is to
seconded,
scrape the
so,
fields.
yes, go ahead.
Do we have the equipment that you know?
I don't know, and so I made a commitment to go back to the next Park and Recs meeting to answer that question and understand what we can actually do, so I was,
Can we table this, Andy, until Parks and Rec talk is over?
of course you can.
'Cause I mean, at this time, I'm not for or against it, honestly. If we have the equipment, I'm fine with it. But if we're gonna have to go out and purchase it, that's a whole nother question about
I think we
budgeting.
need to table this so Parks and Rec can talk.
Okay,
Okay, but currently the motion is, to scrape the fields, handled by the village employees between April first and July first. The motion is, first by Melanie and seconded by Heather, so unless somebody other has a motion to table.
Yeah, you can make
I
a,
want a motion to table it.
okay, is there a second on the motion to table?
I'll second it.
Okay. So we're now voting on just the motion to table, not the original motion itself.
Is that how that works?
Yes?
Because there's two motions, it has to go through a vote.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to vote yes or no on the first motion, to scrape the fields by the village, April first through July first. You guys are gonna be calling on that, I will call individually to you on a vote. If it fails, the motion has to go first.
table.
Yeah.
And that's every other week, not like every day or every.
Every other week from April through July.
Correct, discussed.
Okay, so then that would be, this would be the first motion, would be to allow the village to scrape the fields, April first through July first, every other week, okay? Melanie and then Heather, so roll call would be David.
No.
Nathan.
At this time, no.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Joyce?
No.
And that's a tie.
No, we should send it back to committee. I don't know what I can even do on this one.
Okay, so it's gonna be sent back to committee, but you guys also still have a motion here to table it, so it's gonna go back to the committee, the motion still sits on the board here to table it.
Discussion. So I do know, personally, my dad was head of Parks and Rec, and he did scrape those fields on behalf of the village.
He
That's
did,
it.
but he used different equipment, but.
And I do know that we have the equipment to scrape those fields.
That's why I think we need the Parks and Rec meeting, Heather, that's why I think it's like.
Well, we tried at the Parks and Rec meeting. She brought it up.
Okay, and on that note, we do need to move on to other things.
Well, we're gonna table it here
Yep.
to send it back to the Parks and Rec, because there's a motion placed by one and seconded by the other. And this would be taken back to the Parks and Rec meeting. And the next one there is, what would that be, the second Monday of July. All right, so roll call, David to table this and take it back to Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Becky? Melanie?
No.
Heather?
No.
Joyce?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes, please. Well, I think we need to discuss it between all of us here.
Thank you guys for your
Thank
time and
you.
your service.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much. Okay, that takes us to department reports. We have no other public comments, so the Madison County Sheriff, please come on down. You can lean over if you'd like. Go ahead.
Okay, look, I don't even have to pay. Because it's gonna be really short and sweet, because as you see, 44 total incidents in 2 weeks, so that's a very good day. The only things that I was gonna bring up from this time is that I have seen an influx in, well, parking complaints, but just recreational vehicles, boats, trailers, other such things parked on the roadway improperly where they don't belong, facing the wrong direction, all the above, not hurting anything, but it has been an issue, since it's starting to get warmer out. A lot of it with the boats last week and the week before was just people couldn't get them into the marina because of the high water. So most of those, when I drove around today, it appears have fixed themselves now that they got that open back up. So that's really the only big thing that I have is just improper parking lately of things other than vehicles. Everything else, everybody's behaved pretty well, not a lot going on.
Kelly, I got one question to ask you, though. I know they'll be shooting fireworks in the village. Is there, where they cannot fire them major rockets in the village, or just like little firecrackers or something?
I would have to get back to you on that. I am not super savvy on firework laws or what.
So you're allowed to.
Okay.
So just for your knowledge, this is before your time. Back in the day, the state of Ohio had passed, I think it was under DeWine. He had passed that there are certain holidays that they can fire off Ohio legal fireworks.
So it's legal now?
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you get them from, I don't know, Indonesia or China.
I remember I was a kid
Well,
one
they are
time.
made by them.
I got,
Yeah, so I think you
When
can't,
I
you
was
have
a-
to get the
yeah.
state of Ohio approved fireworks.
when I was a
Buy
kid,
them in
they had the
Ohio,
old
you
police
can shoot
department.
them in Ohio.
Correct. Yes, buy and not really make.
I was shooting them at my army, man. They
Okay,
got
so,
mad
yeah,
at
I
me.
didn't know
Yes.
what specific regulations.
Yeah, we
there were.
had to
They
pass
were
a-
legal now, but I didn't
Yeah.
know if there was any, so.
We had to pass that here.
I learned something new today.
Correct.
Other than that, if nobody has any questions, there's not much to report on, which is, you know.
It's good.
for all
Let's
of
get
us.
through the 4th of July. How about that? Huh?
Good.
Okay. Any other questions for the deputy this evening? Okay, hearing none, moving on. We do not have a law director's report, so that takes us to fiscal officer.
Okay, any questions from council? Any comments, concerns? I think my report's the same as last time, as budget season will be fastly approaching. So we will be conducting first in finance, and then as a work session, as a whole, I need those.
Okay.
And then to council for final approval for the budget of 2027. So please be thinking of some items or wish lists that y'all have and you might need from your committees as we wind down the year. But again, there's nothing new to report here. Again, if you guys want to take a gander at your appropriation status, we're about halfway through the year. The percentage of expenditures, if you guys will see, is 20% in the general fund, which is way below budget. So obviously where we want to be as expenditures need to be below budget, and you expect your revenues to be above budget. So I would make note that we start paying attention, as we all know, that Molly is slowly descending employment over there. I believe I heard last is June the 26th is the last form of employment.
We're gonna lose a lot of revenue
Yeah,
there.
so I do want to really pay note to that, which is on your line item 1,130 on your revenue status, is that we really need to keep and monitor that. Okay? So that would be my one biggest takeaway from this. Again, for the general fund, we are at 67%, so we are more than above half of what we should be. But income's gonna be drastically decreasing in that. So if I were to make a note of anything, that would be my biggest concern. Okay, with that said, any other questions from council, comments? Okay.
May I please have a motion to approve the financial reports then?
This would be for the appropriation status report, the revenue status report, the receipt listing report, the payment listing report, the comparison of budget and appropriated report, the cash summary by fund report, and the reader report.
Have that motion.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, so that was David, then Heather.
Mhm.
Okay,
Roll
roll
call.
call. Nathan,
Yes.
Becky, Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yes.
and David.
Yes.
Okay, if you can please kindly, 2 documents are coming around for your signatures. And Mayor, I'm done with my report.
Great, thank you. That takes us to committee reports this evening, so we'll start with Joyce, Finance.
We met pulling my report out here, on June 9th. We discussed the new printer scanner that we're talking about for the water department. We discussed the capital improvement plan that we're going to be talking about next meeting. We're going to be beginning the budget on our next meeting, discussions on that. We signed the payroll and POs. We also discussed the finality of the Ohio insurance plan. I did get the final responses back from, Courtney sent them to me that we got back from the agent. And so we have all of that information. And that's all I have. The next meeting for finance is July 14th at 10 o'clock.
Good deal. Pleasant Township, Heather.
We have not met since our previous council meeting. The next township meeting is Monday, July 6th,
Okay. Squad, Joyce.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Okay. Squad, Joyce.
Yes, we finalized the insurance plan for the employees for 2027. We hired 4 new people. 2 of them are full-time. So that's good stuff. It's not that often that we get Unit 1 full-time people, so that was exciting for us. We approved the payroll and the bills, and We are getting a new truck in July. Seems like we get a new truck every July, so it doesn't take long for them to wear out. And our next meeting is early in July. Our next meeting will be July 1st at 8:00 p.m.
Okay, good deal. Fire, Nathan.
We still haven't met. We meet this Thursday at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Excuse me.
All right, thank you. Water, wastewater, Becky.
Jason, yes, we met today, at 10 a.m. There was not a lot of new business discussed, rehashing some old things. You can watch the entire video on YouTube if you choose. And our next meeting will be July 13th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, streets, Joyce.
Our next meeting will be July 13th at 5 o'clock.
Okay,
I have something for streets. I have been inquiring about a handicap spot. So I am going to go ahead and make the motion to add a handicap spot to 10 East Main Street, directly in front of that location.
Okay, so that was Heather, then Becky.
Discussion?
discussion, go ahead.
Isn't there some more research that has to be done before that can happen?
Yes, because we thought we might install additional handicap spots downtown in order to meet the ADA requirements for parking.
Well, I'll just also add, I brought this up in April, and for 2 streets meeting, there was no research done. And I have been told that we absolutely can and we need to put some more handicap downtown. So I'm thinking, why not start with 1, and then if we need to add more, let's add more.
Totally agree.
We can always add more.
Okay, so the motion is to add 1 handicap spot in front of 10 East Main Street. That was first by Heather, seconded by Becky. Roll call. David?
Yes.
Nathan?
No.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
No.
Okay. Handicap spot on 10 East Main Street.
Okay.
If you can make a note for
Mm.
the
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Also with streets, is there any update on the gazebo?
The gazebo is done. We got the final pictures of it this evening. It is completed. They have to finish cleanup.
Is it open for public use?
It will be after tonight.
Cool.
All right, records retention, David.
We're still going through some stuff, Courtney and I think it'll probably be early August before we really get involved in it, because there's so much we have to do after Courtney get it done. So it'll probably be in August, Mayor, and then I'll announce the date.
Okay, thank you so much. Nuisance abatement, Heather.
Yes, we had our second meeting of the month tonight, and we went the full hour, even though it was a short agenda. We talked about tearing down an abandoned house, which we are looking to receive quotes for. So we're looking at 3 different quotes. We're going to start working on that, and also take it to the finance committee on seeing how we can get this abandoned house taken down. Also, we talked about a chickens ordinance. We did make the recommendation to submit an ordinance to our solicitor, and then the intention is that it will go back to the nuisance committee to do a final review, and then bring that to council. And I'm going to invite residents for and against chickens, and we will make that very known that that is on the agenda for that night. It's not next council meeting, maybe not even the council meeting after that, but we will make sure it is clear for residents to know that we are inviting you to come in and speak on your stance for chickens, so that council can make an educated decision on that.
Well, Heather, will you have citizens come in for both points of view before we have something?
I'm inviting all and any,
Great,
yes.
great. That way we'll
yes.
have both sides.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
yes. So the next nuisance meeting is the 4th Monday in July, which is July 27th at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Planning, Melanie.
We did not have a meeting, and as far as I know, we don't have anything planned coming up, so just watch the village calendar to find out when those might be.
Okay. Zoning, Nathan.
We actually have a meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Tree beautification, Becky.
Sorry, I'm ready. Yes, we had a meeting on June the 9th. Our next meeting will be July the 14th at 1 o'clock. And basically, we just talked about the events that we had already done for the year and some ideas for our budget for next year and things like that. And again, you can visit the YouTube meeting if you'd like to see the entire meeting.
All right, that takes us.
Sorry, can I just add one more thing? As I have another thing for Parks and Rec, I'm sorry. Again, I attended a board meeting, and another issue that they are having is with porta potties. It is a public park. I've attended outside of ball games, and I've absolutely helped myself to porta potties. Got 2 young kids, so when they gotta go, we gotta go. But the youth league, part of the sponsorship, the porta potty guy donates four porta johns, 4 or 6 maybe even, 4 during the youth league season. And he expressed a few frustrations with me as far as once these porta potties got moved to the road, which is required 300 feet, it really became like a stop by, like people driving by, they'd use them. And I mean, in a week span, even when there wasn't a lot going on at the ball field, they were full. So he was just letting me know some of the issues. And he even said next year, like, he might have to go as far as locking them outside of games and practices.
People were driving through and using them for public restrooms, basically.
For sure. And I'm included. I mean, if I'm at the park and my little girl's got to pee on the swing set, we're going to go pee in the porta john. But I've also heard when the porta johns aren't out there that people are peeing behind buildings. And I've even heard of a number 2 happening behind a building. So again, as a village, I think our responsibility is to provide porta johns, even during the season. But now that the season is over, people are still going to be utilizing those fields, that playground, and if there's no porta potties out there, they're going to start doing the same nastiness they were doing before. So I am going to make the motion that we supply 2 porta potties, a regular porta potty and a handicap accessible porta potty, which was suggested by the porta potty guy, that we supply porta potties out there from July through the end of October, which would also cover our movie night. So I'm going to make that motion.
It's not in your budget.
Yeah,
so
you
as
haven't,
I said, it's a
yeah,
reappropriation
we'd have
that
to,
has to be passed through legislation.
yeah.
Okay, so where do I start with that?
You go back to Park and Recs to figure out how we would even pay for
Yeah,
that.
and then an ordinance would have to be brought to the committee to change your budget.
Okay.
So your
Can I say
budget,
something?
yeah.
So a little bit of frustration there with being told that it's not in your budget. You know, when I was Park and Rec director, or Park and Rec's chair, the same issue came up. You know, they were having, trunk or treat out there, they were having movie nights out there, and we did bring it to council, and we did say that we need to provide porta johns at least in October, when the last event is scheduled out there, and that did happen. So now, I'm not really sure why it was ever taken out of the budget to continue to do that.
That would be council's
Yeah,
action.
we can certainly talk about all this, but we're almost basically the legislation for this evening, and this is new business, which was not on the agenda and really should originate with either finance or at the parks.
Right.
So,
Right, right, but a council member has the right to make a motion at any time they'd like.
no problem, except that you haven't funded it, so you can, I'm struggling to understand how you're gonna actually make this go, so.
To go to committee.
My
Anyway.
suggestion, if I may, being your financial advisor, is take it to your committee and reallocate your money.
Right.
So it would have to be reallocated.
If I may, we've always, Park and Rec has never had a problem paying for a porta potty on movie night.
I don't think it's just movie night's the issue.
Yeah, we've always had one out there for movie night.
It's just the public part of 24 hours from, I mean, honestly, from like March, but that time has passed, so that's why I just suggested this short span. But I mean, we absolutely need to be supplying toilets out there for our people.
I would like to second that motion.
Okay.
I would like to discuss taking this back to committee.
Okay, well, there's two motions here, so we'll have to go through this. And this is to make a motion to motion, the cost expended from July to October. And do you know what that cost is, by chance?
No, but I could get it from the porta potty
The
guy.
motion's here on the table, so do you wanna put a dollar amount to that of an estimate? Okay, so we're shaking our head, we don't
Okay.
know.
I have no
So
clue.
let's
I
put,
would just say to pay for 2 porta johns. This gentleman's very fair to us. He's
yeah,
supportive.
we're just asking for
That's-
an amount, so this
Yeah,
would
we
be a
have a dollar
handicap,
amount.
possibly a handicap one and a,
Right.
and a
Just
regular
take it out
size
of the
one?
Parks fund.
Well, we can't
We
really do
can't,
that.
yeah, you can't
Just
reallocate a
kindly
random
do
number,
that.
so.
There's
so-
money in the fund to pay for things like this. There's money set there that's not assigned to certain things. It could cover this if we wanted it to.
Okay, so we have Heather that made the motion and Melanie to second that. Roll call, David,
No.
Nathan,
No.
Becky,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
No.
Andy is a tie.
No, we need to send this back to committee and figure out how we're gonna pay for it. And how much it is.
But again, you guys do have the capability of reallocation.
Yeah, we can
there's
do
Do it
that.
right.
We can do that, that's
And
not a problem,
reappropriation.
but how much is it?
Okay, I have one more thing while we're still talking about parks. This is gonna cost the village absolutely nothing, and it's gonna be for the safety of the children that play at the park. That handicap swing that is the platform swing for the wheelchair to pull up on. We had discussed this in our work session, and, since then, a child has been hurt on that swing. So I would like to make the motion to go ahead and remove that swing before any other children get hurt.
Or we could put signage up there and make sure that there's parental supervision.
I'll second that motion.
So that was Melanie, and then that was Heather.
I was told that the mayor roped it off on Friday, but then I also overheard that a kid tore it down over the weekend. The tape.
Now, is this question? Is this something that's broken right now, or?
No, it's installed as
I
it's
think
supposed to,
because
it's,
of
we
how-
have folks who are using it as it's not intended.
And it was suggested on our thing from the insurance guy that it should be removed, that it's not, that's not its intended use of that swing. It's more of a therapy swing. So it's not really supposed to be in a playground environment.
Is it dangerous then, Melody?
It is.
basically?
A child broke their leg
Broke
on
their
it.
leg last weekend.
I think they broke their ankle. Is that, Sheriff, was it their ankle that they broke? And they were
sorry,
over there
they
without
broke their
parental
ankle.
supervision? Isn't that what you told me? No one was supervising them?
Most kids play without supervision.
Okay.
Most people do not want to supervise their child 24/7. That's the
All right,
part.
let's go ahead and get to the motion.
We need to get to the
All
motion,
right,
please.
Heather, Melanie seconded that, or first that, Heather
Let's
seconded
do
that.
a roll call, please.
David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Because there's other means we could take to remedy this, no.
Okay.
All right, motion passes. All right, that takes us
Please
to,
have the gentlemen take that down.
yeah, takes us to ordinances and resolutions. Resolution 2026-05, please.
All right. It is a resolution adopting a cybersecurity policy, and this would be on the third reading. Is there a motion?
Add that motion.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Heather.
That was Heather. All right, roll call, David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Yes.
All right, is there a motion to adopt?
Have that motion.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
Second.
All right.
It was David, then Nathan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll call. Nathan?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
And then David.
Yes.
All right, resolution 2026-05 has passed.
All right, that takes us to roundtable tonight.
Well, with 4th of July coming along, I know Joyce and I know the American Legion's gonna be very busy.
Ramping it up.
Counting what we got to do out there, the fireworks, we got several people giving speeches, which I'm one
Yeah,
of them and
you are.
everything, but it looks like we're gonna have a lot of events out there and should be a lot of fun. And the main thing, I'm hoping it'll only be around 80 degrees, but knowing 4th of July, it could be 90.
Don't
but
know.
I think
Yeah.
it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think so too.
To add on, the day before the 4th, we'll have the streets right here in front of Town Hall closed, doing our first Friday. There's a lot of exciting things happening. We have a bike contest, we have a pet contest, we have a foam party happening on the lawn. And then a few days before that, there is a royalty pageant. So if your kids want to be in the parade as Mount Sterling royalty, sign up for that as well. And
Is that
then
couple days? Is there a certain day?
it's Sunday, the Sunday before that, the 28th.
Two to
Um,
4, and that's at Next Gen, where we're holding the
Pageant.
firecracker pageant.
And we are encouraging anyone and everyone that wants to be in the parade Saturday morning, the 4th, just reach out and let us know if you want to have a truck or you want to walk, or if you have your pet and you do want to walk through it and be a part of that, let us know. It should be a fun parade. We've had a lot of people sign up. And then I'm excited to spend the evening at the American Legion, so.
What time was the parade starting?
The parade starts at 10. Lineup is at 9 a.m. at the community center.
I know this is down the road, but July 25th at 1 o'clock, sponsored of Mount Sterling Library, the Timmons Brothers Rock and Roll Trivia Show. We're going to be doing a thing on the anti-British invasion, how America encountered it. And so it should be interesting. So, but that's down the road.
Absolutely.
One last little thing that hasn't been mentioned is, I believe, David, you're involved in this Wednesday, the 24th, we're gonna be doing a Facebook Live from the Library Museum.
Yeah.
And, so look for, the Museum of Mount Sterling from the library to be highlighted and, different people to kind of give you some glimpses of things, trying to get people to come and appreciate our wonderful, museum that we have over there. So that'll be this Wednesday. And I'm sure you can watch playbacks later. but
Is there a
that'll be-
time on that?
I have not been given a time, so maybe if I get one, I can
Just
let
shoot it
you
to me.
know.
Yep.
And you could just do a little post, I don't
Yep.
know. Okay?
All right, if there's nothing else, we're gonna adjourn. Have a good night, everybody.
I'm sorry, I have one last thing to say. There was some residents here that didn't know if they wanted to talk or not. They kind of wanted to listen to things. And I told them that we always have, an opportunity at the very end if they do want to say something. So if anyone back here would like to still say something, I'd like to open the floor to them.
No, we're good.
Okay. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Oh, I will real quick, since you guys were doing your roundtable and talking about your events, okay.
Can you come up, or at least?
You gotta-
Just
you-
to make sure the
You
public-
gotta do your thing again.
We already got that. We just,
You're good.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure the public.
I was just gonna say tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. over at Mason Park, the Youth League is having our end of the season party. And you're all welcome to come if you wanna mingle and meet the kids and the parents and everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're adjourned. All right, have a good night, everybody.
Company dismissed.
7:55.
I never dreamed our nuisance meeting was gonna go that full hour.
Yeah, has that been circulated around?
No,
Please-
Mom,
please check.
and
Yeah,
then
please check.
Please don't
David
leave.
and Nathan.
Don't leave until you've
And
signed the
Becky,
form.
please.
Other side.